Welcome to Sam's Travels. We're in the edit room today. Just going through this video I'm watching on the monitor. As you can see, taking off from the memorial garden, and of course I've got to go do something wrong, haven't I? So I didn't screw the sticks in the remote, so that's why it's wobbling all over. So once it's stabilised, you know I've stopped wobbling. Screwing the little thumbsticks in the controller, I forgot to put them in. So we're just hovering it now. Excuse me, we're hovering it now, letting it get its bearings. So when you do a return to home, the drone will come back to exactly where it's took off from, or within a few inches. It's pretty good. Just doing an overhead shot now of the memorial garden. And there's me stood up. You'll see me sitting down in a minute. I like to do these overhead shots because they're different. You always see the sea in the sand and the caravans and things like that, but you don't see directly underneath you. Just tilting the camera up now. You can see just tilting it now. Some people fishing on the beach. Bringing it level to the horizon. Obviously there's the sea. I'm just panning left. Straightening up, and we'll be flying out to the new development site, the caravan site, when it gets going. I don't know why I'm flying it out to the right, probably to get it over the beach and things. Just getting a bit more altitude. And there we go. So flying down the seafront now. And just to the left there, where you see all them empty spaces, these concrete slabs, there was full of caravans. If you look in the middle, it's a big pile of concrete. So they've actually took most of the concrete off the plot and put it in the middle. So whether they're using it for hardcore or, you know, whether they're just recycling it, I don't know. But just flying up to the site now. Last time I filmed it, these caravans weren't there, and where it's soil there, where it's all dug out, and the third water feature, which wasn't there. The caravans to the left round it wasn't there. The caravans to the back of it wasn't there on the path. There's 3 single plots and then a double plot left to put on. Now bearing in mind this was about a month ago. I should have put my camera in front of me, shouldn't I? This was about a month ago, maybe 5-6 weeks. So how different it is now, I don't know. But because of the weather, I haven't been able to get out. So we're just going back on just little bits of the flight, on bits of developments. You can see the little mini digger in the middle. It is taking up all the concrete. And then just where this field is, if I remember rightly, I flew over that field, then over the other field, and then there's another development. Probably get to that in a minute because I'm just doing a sideward shot of the development. It goes right back, like it's massive. Just at the top left, you can see Hornsey Mere. Well, the top right, Got the bloody angles wrong on the camera. Just get it into the centre a bit. It's flying over the... Oh yeah, it was the new housing development. Now this, when I first started filming it, I've noticed it over this year while I've been going to Hornsea, but I didn't know what it was. Didn't know whether it was just going to be another caravan site or... But when we zoomed into it and had a look round, they're building loads of houses. Whether they're holiday homes, houses, business premises, I don't know. But, there's no signage up saying what it is. And when I looked around, I didn't know about these like modular footings. It's like silicone or rubber or whatever it is. Let's move the camera around a bit. And basically what they are, I didn't know. I mean, don't know whether you know or not. You dig an hole and put these squares, oblongs, what are sectioned off, and pour the concrete into them, and that's your foundation's done. So you see these guys doing it now, they're digging it out, and all them little red things on the floor, on the top left and the top right, they're the moulds what they pour the concrete in, the cement. Now, I didn't know this. I've never seen them before. Anyway, there's just coming back to seafront, flying back towards the beach, up to near the pub and the pavilion, Morra car park, which is where I always fly from because it's quiet at this end. It's always quiet. There's no seagulls, hardly anybody about. Never get bothered. The only seagulls you see are these ones. Even got seagulls in here. That's my nemesis. It just fell off. Building on the right, the little pyramid. That's the pavilion. Always go there for a coffee or a cappuccino or whatever I have. Always go there. If I take my sister, we always take her in. The green space, that's the bowling green. There's the pub on the left, and then the lookout tower for the lifeguards, and then a little bit of car park behind the pub, and then that little pyramid there, that's the gift shop. They do a nice coffee, ice creams, sweets, toys, sandwiches and stuff. On the right, just past the seafront chippy, which I always go there for my dinner every time I go. On the right, you've got the Hornsea Hub, which is the leisure centre, swimming pool complex, arcades. On the right again, you've got, it's some sort of French memorial, that circle. That building to the right, we didn't know what it was, and it's something to do with the water sewage company or water company, whatever it is. The square in front of you, there's a load of tractors and boats. They're for crabbing and lobsters. And what happens is they go out, they go get the pots and stuff like that. And then they radio them to say, we'll pull the nets in or pull the pots in or whatever. And the tractors go down that little slope on the left and go and wait on the beach till they come in. And then they come in like full belt. The boat on the beach, and then the trailer goes underneath it. The little oblong thing, that's I know that they've spent some money on it. It's a cafe, a toilet block cafe. like a little hub. This is south side. I always fly up to here and have a look. On the left, it's where they've put all the bricks and stone in to stop the waves hitting the cliff tops. So they hit that first, all the brick. It stops the waves hitting the side of the cliff. I know he's fly down this end. There's another bloke I'll watch on YouTube, Timothy's Travels, and he does all the coastal erosion from Spain Point right up to the other end. He goes right down past Flamborough and Bempton. He does the full coast. He goes all over. I ain't got the transport, so I can't do it. But you can see the cliffs there, how close them caravans are getting now. I watched a video today, what they call him Davey, and he'd put a new video up today and I watched it. And not only are them caravans really close, but the cliff top, there's a path called the King Charles III path. And you can't really get on it. But it's there, and you're supposed to be able to walk from Spain Point right to the other end, right to the end of the coast. But you can't because it's all falling into the sea. If you look down the side of the cliff, the big lumps, what are just falling down, and the waves are hitting the bottom of it, making holes in the bottom, and then it's all cracked on the top, and it's really severely cracked from what I saw today. And it just landslides, and it's supposed to disappear, like all that green there in the mud, that was on the top, so that big lumps fell, and you can see the big cracks in it. It's supposed to deteriorate 2.3 metres a season. Davey, who does a lot of research on his videos, I'd put on today, he puts like text on and like words comes across the bottom of the screen. And I was reading it, and it said it's eroding about 9.6 metres, I think it was 9.6 per season, not 2.3 but 9.6, so that's nearly 10 metres a year going into the sea, which is horrendous. I mean, look at them caravans, they're really, really on the edge. If I was living there, I'd be pretty worried. I mean, it is worrying, coastal erosion. Don't know whether you're interested in it, but if you live at the coast, you'd be interested in it. There's a lot of people who've lost their homes. You know, they've lost life, property, everything. It's not good. You look at the videos and you think, wow, look at it there. And I'd love to go live at Hornsea. I really would. I'd go live there tomorrow. I'd pack up and go there tomorrow. But I'd live in the town. I'd certainly live in the town, in an house. I don't mind caravans, not dissing them at all. But I'd live in a caravan, but as long as it was well away from the sea. Because it's just going and going and going. I mean, all this walkway they've put up there, that's never, the waves aren't going to batter that for years and years. But I think the money's just ran out. Or they've done, the most vulnerable piece. They can't do the full coastline, it's impossible. You can prevent bits of it, but you're not going to stop it all. But that new walkway, well, newish, that runs for quite a while. I used to have an e-scooter, and me and my friend Erica, we put them in the car. She got the car, took us in the car, and we went the full length of that. And I can't walk far, and them scooters got us down there in about, I don't know, about 5 minutes right to the other end. Didn't take long, but I'd never ever walk it. It'd take me forever. I walk from where that car park is there to the path on the left, on the right. there's some benches, and I go sit on the benches and do my filming. I do my drone, and I'm knackered by the time I walk from the car park to the bench. So I'd never ever walk to the end of that. No way on this planet I'd be able to walk that far. I'll speak of the devil, there she is, look. There's Erica with Fern and Willow, 2 sausages. If you're wondering why you never see Blue on the videos, he's not dog friendly. He got attacked twice at the British Bulldog Walks at East Park. So that's why you never see him on the videos, because I can't take him. Because every time he sees a dog, he feels threatened. Some dogs, you know, he don't go for them. Other dogs, as soon as they're back, he freaks out. And it's just not fair on him. And it's not fair on other people who's walking the dogs. It's weird because Erica's 2 dogs, he's not bothered at all of them. I mean, Willow, he's been brought up with her. But Fern, Erica hasn't had her that long. And he's alright with her. But she don't bark at him. They bomb about and do their own thing, and he just isn't bothered. But can't take him to the coast. Just can't take him, man. That's why you never see him on the videos. Right, we're just flying up to the big slope where you get down to the front. There's my little bench where I usually sit. I was sat in the Memorial Garden this flight. I usually sit on that bench for my sister or we sit there and have a natter. Car park is when I go with Erica, she parks in there. And there she is waving. Hello, Erica. There's Willow and Fernie. Hello, look, she's waving at us. There's Fernie, the browny coloured one, the long-haired one. Willow's what I call a standard colour, the black and tan. When I'm there probably go for a little dash about and have a niggle at each other. It's great there, you know. Everybody's polite. They always talk to you. Get quite a lot of people coming up to me asking, you know, about the drone and cameras and, you know, how we do it, where you do it. Some people are quite interested. You get the odd one or two who are quite offended by them. They just don't like them. See Erica looking up at the drone again. She's trying to find it. But this woman came up to me out on sea. It was on this day actually, and she was about, I don't know, about between 45, 50. Just gone on a lunch break, and she said, "Oh, you're flying a drone?" I said, "I've never seen one." I said, "Are you interested?" And she said, "Oh, no, I'm not interested in them." And she had a look and she said, "Oh God, it's clear on the controller because it's the controller with a screen in it where you can see. It's got about a 7-8 inch screen or something." And she was watching it, and I was explaining to her what, you know, it was hovering, and you know you can take your hands off it, and the software just, as soon as you let go, if you're ever in panic or anxiety, let go, it'll stop and hover. And she was really interested. And she says, "Do you upload the content? Do you put it on Facebook or anything?" I said, "No, I put it on YouTube." And she says, "Oh, what's the name?" Should I'll have a look when I get home. And she subscribed to the channel, so thank you very much for that person. There's somebody else fishing on the beach. There's always plenty of fishing on the beach, whether it's summer, you know, winter. I don't think there'll be many fishing this sort of weather, not with these winds and the rain. I used to go fishing myself. You can put up with a bit of bad weather, but you get on them when it's gale force winds, you can't fish on the beach. Can't fish anywhere because it'll just blow you all over and blow your gear all over. Yeah, it's winter fishing is winter fishing, but there's a big difference between winter fishing and fishing in gale force winds. It's dangerous as well, and always make sure you go with somebody. Never ever go on your own because you get into a bit of trouble. You know, if you get cut off by the tide or you fall, have an accident, you need somebody with you 24/7. I mean, we never saw the dangers when we was kids. We just used to go and do it. You see all these stories now at Cleethorpes and the lifeboat people are going out. It's scary. They're getting stuck in the mud and they're getting, swept out to sea. And I don't even bear thinking about. Anyway, back to the video. There's, I think they call it Morrow Drive or Morrow Avenue car park. Let's say we always park there. If I get the bus, you get off not at that Fair Street, but it's the one after it. So you've got like 2-minute walk. It's actually right next to the pavilion. So there's the pavilion there, the little pyramid. So I get off the bus, go in there and have a coffee, go to the toilet, and then head down towards the benches. Walk about halfway down, sit down, have a rest, and then walk the rest of the way to the car park. And then just do all the drone flight from there. Fly it up to where this is north side, so fly it to the shipyard and stuff. Just starting to land the drone now. Probably to bring it in and change the battery. Started using the DJI Air 3. It's a bit bigger drone, it's better in the wind. But at the moment, you can only fly it in open spaces like fields and at the coast where there's nobody about. You can't go and fly it, in the middle of a town centre or anything like that. Not until the 1st of January. Then all the laws change about the drones. People who watch the drone videos of other people doing it, if you didn't know, you'd be going to be able to fly a 900-gram drone instead of a 249 drone. You're going to be able to fly them in the same places. So you'll be able to fly at town centres and things like that. Right, that's the drone landed. Yeah, the drone laws are changing. So you're going to be able to fly the bigger drone up to 900 grams. Where you fly your Mini now, you'll be able to fly my drone's 720 grams, I think, the Air 3. I still got the Mini 4 Pro. So if I want to go to the town centre, I take that and I fly. I take both drones when I go. If it's in a built-up area, I've got to use the Mini 4 Pro. Swig. This next clip, it's Beeston's Tower. It's actually down a little cul-de-sac, and all the times I've been to Hornsea, I've never ever seen it. Didn't even know it was there. It's got built in the 1800s by a guy called William Beelston or Beelston. Can't remember his name now. He was the servant, and he used to run to the top of the tower. And the story is he used to look out for his master coming home. And when he come home, he used to run down the tower and give him his tea or his dinner or his meals or whatever. So he was the servant, and he used to serve the master. It also was used for a lookout post in the war. I just looked on Google to see what it was. I came across it because I was watching a guy doing a gimbal walking on sea, and he doesn't talk. He just walks around with a phone, and he just goes around the town. And he went past a museum, and he came down this little side street where this little housing estate was, and it's a really tiny, tiny little cul-de-sac. And when we go in the car or go on the bus, you actually pass this. And I've actually been to these cafes and stuff. There's the Green Owl or something across the road. Been in there loads of times for coffees and something to eat and stuff. Never ever seen it because you're not looking for it. You won't find it. As you can see, it like backs right up to people's gardens. What an amazing thing to stumble across. And the story was Beilston. That was it, William Beilston. Just come to me then. Yeah, go on Google and check the story out. It's quite interesting. Bit of history. I'm not an historian by any means. I'm not really an historical person, but things like that, you just think, wow, where's that come from? You just don't expect that when you're just walking down a dead end cul-de-sac to find that at the bottom of somebody's garden. To say how long ago it was, like the 1800s, I think it was 1836 or something, 1839. The little circles in the side, they're the wine bottles. And the circle bit, I zoomed into it on another edit, what I did on another video. Got a frog in my throat today. And yeah, they've put all these wine bottles in. Apparently, it is open to the public at certain times of the year. There's a window on the top right, and all the others are being bricked up, I think. There's strings of lights down it, like Christmas tree lights, so it's all lit up on a night. I've never been on a night time. But yeah, if you're ever in Hornsey and you're passing that, just on the main drag, just before Errands, it's a place called Willows Drive. Just go down it and it's like 20 yards and you'll see it. It's an amazing piece of engineering, it really is. Go check it out. This next clip, it's just past the seafront chippy going towards the first lot of arcades. It's where a lot of people come to film all the waves and everything in the winter. And they come from all over the UK. It always floods. And I was talking to the manageress in the arcade, and she said she was up to her knees in it the other year, and her boss had said to her, "Oh, is it all right?" And she said, "Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm only up to my knees in it. It's all right. Don't worry about it." But there's a few sandbags outside of it, and there's like a floodgate now to prevent it flooding. But there's like a little road. I don't know whether you'll see it, like a path where you can park. And last year, one of the cars that was on the road got swept down this little bit, this like little walkway bit, and then there's a big dip. It's right opposite the hub where the gym and the swimming pool is. I mean, you see it smashing against the wall there, but it's worse at the other end. It's really bad at the other side. That's breaching the wall now, look. And that was only a low tide that day. At the other side, the wall's a lot lower and it's a lot closer to the water. If you see just past that, the wide path bit, it's not even coming up to the wall. But the other side of the wall, up near the hub, the water's a lot closer because the wall's a lot further out, and it smashes up there and it comes right over the top. I was stood filming it once with my phone before I got all my camera and stuff. And we used to go in the winter, just go for a coffee and watch the waves, and just used to film it on my phone. Never put it on YouTube, now because I wasn't on YouTube then. And it was just for myself, and I just used to put it on Facebook. People would say, "Wow, where's that? That with it at Hornsey?" You just won't think, it'd happen where it does. And then you go on another day, and it's like a mill pond. It's just flat, calm, no wind, no rain. It's absolutely unbelievable. And then the next day you go, it can be like that. But just where the drone's backing up now, you can see it there. This is where the car got swept in. I actually saw it and looked north on the actual walkway bit. The car got swept down where you can just see that little gap, and it got where the big square is. It was on there, and it got swept right along past the hub. And it's like a big dip. Where that red thing is, right in front of you now, that's a big dip, and it dips down quite a lot, about 3 foot, 3 or 4 foot, and it fills up with water in the winter. And it's some spectacle to see that in the winter. I mean, it wasn't a really windy day that day, but just imagine what it's like in the middle of winter. I think this was about, I don't know, about September, I think, when I filmed this. Might have been before. I'd have to check the date, but it was a while ago when I went. But like when you go in the winter, when it's really windy, that water, it doesn't matter how high the tide is, the water breaches them walls, and it comes right over. And the amount of people that stand there with phones filming it, I've done it myself. But yeah, I've been soaked loads of times doing it. But it looks great. It really is good to watch. Let's say a lot of people come from all over the UK to film it. So it must have it really bad. Just on that section it is. It's all right on down all the other bits. It's just that little bit. Yeah, it's just where that slope is, and then down to the right. Well, that's where it floods all the time. Just on that one section. The next clip, it's just sort of carried on for the last one. Just another couple of minutes of the waves. I backed the drone up, obviously over the sea. Tilted the camera down to see if I could get a better view of it. I didn't want to face it right down, because then you're right on top of the water and you can't really see it. You don't really see much of it crashing against the wall. At this time, it's getting quite dark. The light was dropping real fast. I went and filmed this bit. There's the arcades there, the little red and white building. I just wanted to see if I could catch some water coming over the top. You can actually see it on the path where it's darker. That's where it's all wet. It's where the water's come over. But like I say, the bit where it's hitting there, that's not the worst bit. When you get a big tide, that completely covers all you see them little slopes where you walk down to the beach. It covers all that. When you get a big tide, it comes right over the top of that big square, the oblong bit. The waves have come over the top of it because it's all wet there, you can see it. It's just spinning back around now to where the public toilets are, and a place called Huckleberries. I mentioned it before, it's a little gift shop, and you get coffee, ice cream, or whatever you get. They do goodies and stuff, and all little sorts of stuff for the kids. But yeah, I just thought I'll take the drone out to sea, take it right out, spin it round, and see if I can catch some of the waves. And while I didn't have the drone on the camera, it wasn't doing it. That's the sun just setting. It don't really do it any justice, really, this little camera. But it looked quite good. Looked quite good when I was there. After this little clip, when it goes to when I land I was sat on a bench up here somewhere, and we drove further round up to the next bit, and I was flying it for about 20 minutes. Forgot to press bloody record on the drone. I was gutted. There's a nice sunset. Sun just setting. Yeah, I was absolutely gutted. I'd done a mega flight for. There's Erica in the car there. I was sat on a bench somewhere. It's absolutely freezing that day. Right, it's going to land the drone again. Go on to the next clip. Right, this next clip, it's at Mappleton. I used to go fishing here years ago with my brother-in-law, who's no longer with us. But we had some great times on there. We had some real good laughs. The clip before this, I went further down, right up to the end of Southside, as far as you can go. And I flew the drone for about 25 minutes. I flew it right out, right along the coast, where all the cliffs were falling in and where I'd seen it on previous videos on other people's. And I thought, I'm going to go film that. Flew it for 25 minutes and I didn't even press the bloody record button. So as you can tell, it's getting a lot darker now. Let's say this is Mappleton. There's a little village there. I believe it's Cowden. Pretty sure it's Cowden, the next village. But that sunset looked amazing that night I was there. The actual cliff tops there, that car park used to be enormous. You used to get 50, 60 cars on there. It was massive. Now you're lucky to get 4 or 5 cars on it. But it's all gone to the sea. It's all gone in. It's one of my first night flights. I've done a couple of like tea time flights where it's been dark. This was a night flight. So 7:30, 8 o'clock. But it was pitch black. Couldn't see a bloody thing. It would have been all right if there'd have been any street lighting. There's no natural light there. And I forgot another mistake. I forgot to put the bloody drone in low light. It has a thing called low light setting, which it just brightens it up a bit. So you'd have seen a lot more than what you're seeing now. You see Cowden and all the lights, the little village there. Or town or whatever it is. It's a little village. Might be a town, I don't know. I think it is a town. But the waves, them waves there, you could see them from Hornsea. And they was smashing right up against the cliffs. So Erica said, I'll come on, we'll take you for a little mystery drive. Didn't even know where we was going. And so we got near it, and I said, oh, it's Mappleton. Going up to Mappleton. Just seeing the top right-hand side corner. The sunset, it's getting a lot brighter now because the film's getting darker, losing all the light. There's Mapleton itself, just a little tiny bit, that's all it is. Not much there. Another load of rocks and that to stop it hitting the cliffs to prevent a bit more coastal erosion, but like I say, you can do what you want, you're never going to stop it. You can slow it down, but it's never going to end. I think the next stops up there are Easington, Kilnsea, then Spen Point, which is further up the top. It's not far from here, from Mapleton. Pretty sure it's like Easington, the next one where the gas terminal is. And then you've got Kilnsea. I think Kilnsea and Skipsea. Or is Skipsea further up near Hornsey? I think Skipsea's up near Hornsey. Upscale away, I think. But as far as you can see down there, you can just see the top of it. That's Spen Point. You see the little place on the right, what's all lit up, that's Cowden. Can't really see much now, it's all bloody black. Well, yeah, I was gutted that I didn't put it in low light, because even if you'd have put it in low light, it'd have brightened it up a hell of a lot. I think I did stumble across, yeah, there it is. I stumbled across the exposure button. And it's got auto exposure, so it doesn't get darker and brighter all the time. And I forgot to press that as well. So if it had been like that, it'd have looked pretty good, all of it put together. A couple of guys on the beach there, just setting up or fishing. The red torches. Yeah, I just spotted these two because obviously I saw the headlights and I thought, oh, have a look, somebody fishing down there. I'll have a mooch round. We used to sit, there's a slope, you used to walk down the slope and sit with your back against the cliffs, and there was these massive big boulders. Just used to sit there, and if the wind was coming from land, it was lovely and warm. If it was coming off the sea, it was absolutely freezing. I've spent plenty of nights on there, even during the daytime, just stood there shivering to bloody death. Never really caught no just flatties and eels. Never had any cod or, got the odd whiting and stuff, but never had any thornback rays or bass or out like that. Never caught no cod off there. I've caught cod, but not off there. Never caught an haddock. Never ever caught an haddock. Well, yeah, you can tell the difference now with the exposure. I couldn't believe that one button. I know it's not the brightest of bright, but it's brighter than it bloody was. It was all bloody black. And I thought, I bet it looks rubbish, but I couldn't be bothered to edit it all out. Sometimes when I do it, I just stick a load of music on it and sit down and chill out on a night. And there's not on TV. Put one of these on. Put some acoustic music on it, or some cinematic music, and just chill out. Chill out with a mugger and just watch the waves where it's nice and warm in the house. This is the first time I've done a voiceover on my videos, so you will have to excuse it. I do plan to do other ones. I'm sure they'll get better as they go along, like my videos did. My videos are still getting better and better and better, but you learn every time you do one. That big glow you can see, it's on the little car park, it's my controller, it's a screen on it. Didn't realise what it was at first. All the screen lit up. Yeah, it's like, my first voiceover. Never narrated a video before, so I'll have to excuse all the mistakes and the hiccups. Sometimes if we go quiet and there's no to say because, there's no to look at. It's just the waves hitting the cliff. But I was just voicing over the night, the full day when the last time I went. People want to know, where do you go, what do you do, what do you use, what camera do you use, what drones do you use? Is it hard to edit them? Is it hard to fly them? Is it hard to do the cameraing? The hardest bit's going out all day to do it. You can spend a long time out traveling. I mean, luckily, Erica takes me in the car. So where we'll park up, I get out the car, I drone, get back in, and we drive somewhere else. So there's never no walking involved. If it's very little. It'll be to a seat or a bench. We'll park to the nearest coffee shop and toilets because my walking's not that good. My breathing's pretty bad. It gets on my chest. But there again, I don't want to be stuck in. I'd rather go out and not make myself ill, but I get home and I know I've been out. I'm knackered when I get home sometimes. Other days I go on the bus and sometimes my sister comes with me. I ask my sister if she wants to plod along. We have a natter and a catch up, go for a coffee, bite to eat. Several coffees anyway, but come out for a sunset. That looks pretty good on a big TV, that. I've got an OLED TV and the colours in it are fantastic, and I have watched this clip before and it looks absolutely fantastic. The clouds, the cloud formation, it was just like cracking through with a bit of white, a bit of black, a bit of grey, a bit of blue, and then the oranges and reds and the yellows. That was amazing. But within about 5 minutes that had gone, I was pretty lucky to catch that. Right, this is the last clip. Still at Mappleton. What it does when you do a drone flight, if you've flown for like 20, 25 minutes, breaks it up into 5.5 minute sections. Don't know why it does it, but it does. So it puts it all in bits, then you've got to stitch it all together, which takes a hell of a long time. But it's worth it and it gives me something to do. So, after I've been out filming, had something to eat and a few coffees, I come home, see to the dog. I make a coffee and take him for a little mooch as far as we could take him. And then we chill out with the dog, and then the next day I get in my editing room and start editing the video. The flashing lights you can see there, I didn't realise why I played it back. And it's all reflective sands, and there's little tiny lights on the arms of the drones. And I didn't even realise there was that bright. And when they hit reflective stuff, you can see them miles away. Absolutely miles away. You can see it when you fly it, when it's dark. You can see the lights a long way away. Then it's got, there's sausage. The circle light, it's a light underneath. Fernie and Willow. The circle light, it's a landing light and it's automatic, so it knows when it's dark. And when it knows when it's dark, the light comes on. You don't turn it on, it just comes on. If it's dark, it comes on. It's a landing light. But, I didn't even know they had them. My other drone's got it, but I've never flown in the dark, so I wouldn't have known. Well, yeah, it don't have like a big circle up. But them green lights, you get green lights and red lights because they all mean different things on your drones. It tells you different scenarios what your drone's doing. The flash green or the flash red or the stay yellow, or they all mean different things. Yeah, you could see them. I saw them when I was watching the video back. Right, just landing it now. So if you've reached this far, thanks for watching it. And hopefully to get out and get some more flights done when the weather drops. So thanks for watching, appreciate it. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and follow. The thumbs up would be great. I don't get paid for doing the videos, I just get out. I don't want to be sat in looking at four walls. Mental health wise, it's not good. It's not good for you just bloody sat in, going around the twist. You need to get out. I can't walk far and things like that, but I get out. I do something. You know, I just take my mind off things, and then when I come back, I edit it. It takes me a couple of days to do all the editing. Put all the usually I just put music on and stitch it all together. But like I say, it's the first time I've done a voiceover on one, and just found out how to do picture in picture. So I thought, right, I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. And I'll redo the last video what I did and talk you through what's happening, where I go and what I'm doing. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it, and thanks for travelling with Sam's Travels. See you all on the next one.